Hi, I'm Monica, the Purple Box Organizer. In this video, we're going to talk about entering and leaving the home. This is often a starting point when I'm working with my clients on home organization. What we want to do is create a system, and if we don't have that, we often can't find what we need. It makes us late for where we're going, and it's frustrating. We're going to create a place for each and every item that you need when you're leaving and the items that you have when you're coming in your home. We're going to follow the wise words of Benjamin Franklin, a place for everything and everything in its place. If you have these set up, then it is much easier to come and go through your home. All right, let's talk about keys. In our home, we actually have two key racks. One is by the garage door. That's not where we enter, but we have some extra keys that we keep there for padlocks, things that we have around the garage or the yard. And then extra keys in the event somebody is taking care of the cat while we're gone, things of that nature. And then by the front door, we have a key rack that we keep all of our keys. That is the very first thing that I put away when I walk through the door. I take off my shoes and put them on the rug, and then I hang up my keys. They never go anywhere else. If they're in the pocket or they're in my purse or the diaper bag, I first take them out and put them on the key rack. When we come through the door after hanging up the keys, we hang up our jackets. We put them on a coat rack, and I even taught my kids to pull out the sleeves so that they're not inside out. Whether they're dry or whether they're wet and need to dry, I still let them kind of air out there. And as soon as they have aired out for the day or they're dry maybe the next morning, I can hang them up in the coat closet. I also added near the coat closet, there's a small wall area. I added some command hooks there, and my first grader can hang up his coat, and the little pink peanut has some coats hanging up when she's able to hang up her own coat. But just establish a place for them to be in our wet place that we live. This helps to have the coat rack to have them be able to hang dry. And then when they're all dry and they're aired out, I can hang them up pretty simply in the coat closet myself. Next on the list is to establish a place for your purse. A specific spot that you know is the second you're leaving the house, you can grab that purse, it's ready to go, okay? We're going to go ahead and lump in here the category of a few other things. Not everyone has a purse, but you might have a work bag in addition to the purse or instead of the purse. You might have a gym bag or a kid's sports bag or dance bags. Establish a specific spot. So-and-so's dance bag goes in this cubby or on this hook so that everything has a place and you know exactly where it needs to go, and it's right where it needs to be when you leave the home. The wallet. I keep mine in my purse, which is probably true for most females. Males, most of them keep them in their pocket. So have your spouse create a place for their wallet that when they are done for the day or when they come to the door, that is the place that they put their wallet. Preferably up high enough so that little kiddo fingers don't get to it, that are inquiring minds, inquisitive minds. Keep it in a place that is safe and you know exactly where it is so that when your spouse or husband leaves for the day, they have it to grab. Moving on to phones. Now, this is usually, at least in my life, not a thing that I can set down in one place when I get home or come through the door and leave it until the next time. This is something that I have to keep handy. So think about creating a spot that you can leave it for the day as you go out throughout your day. Keep a charger handy. Maybe it could charge while it sits there and it's not doing anything, so it's ready to go. And then also think about keeping one of those battery packs in your purse or in the diaper bag or your work bag so that in the event it is used and it runs out of battery, you have a backup and you're still able to use it on the go. Next up is backpacks. I have my kids hang them up on the coat rack. I just have two. And when they come in the door, they know to hang it right up on the coat rack. Then they also know, with a lot of practice, to clean it out. We clean out the backpacks every single day. This way I know exactly what homework they have, I get all notes, and there's nothing left in there that shouldn't be left in there. Library books. I have a few notes on these because we had a little issue 2 years ago with the school library. So we have a specific place that we keep both the school library books and then the city library books. They're two different places. So we've established those places. This is where your school library books go when you bring those home. This is where the city library books go when we check them out from the city library. They're usually different time frames so that they can keep the books anyway. So it's great to keep those separate. Another reason to clean out the backpacks is that you know what books are coming home. You know what they've checked out. You can see what they're interested in. You can also see if it's something that you don't approve of. Because just because it's coming home from a school library does not mean it's something that you want your kiddos reading. Be aware of what books are coming in and what your kids are interested in reading. Another reason to be more aware of what library books are coming in is 2 years ago, the school library said that we had 2 books checked out and we were being fined for them. And I double checked all our spots and I double checked with my son. He did not check those 2 books out. For some reason or another, those books were checked out by another student and were accidentally on his account. So I was able to confidently go down to the school and work it out pretty easily that this was not ours. Secondly, I had a kindergartner at the time that checked out a book. I knew it was a school book and he brought it home with an open water bottle. So the book was ruined, and I knew that it wasn't our book and it was the school library book. So I was able to go down there and pay for it and make sure that they were able to purchase another copy for the school. Moving on to the diaper bag for those of you who still have that in your life. Over here. Give this a clean out. Every single time you bring it home, clean it out. This is a perfect time to make sure if there's a soiled outfit or a dirty outfit, that goes right in the wash. It can also be pre-treated if it needs that. You can clean off the spoon from feeding or clean out the bottle or the sippy cup that was used so that doesn't sit. And then you can also refill those supplies. Make sure there's enough diapers, make sure there's enough wipes and any other supplies that you keep in the diaper bag at all times, that you go ahead and refill it at that time. A little mom hack, I used to have a index card that would show all of the items that I kept in the diaper bag at all times. And that would give me basically a diaper bag to-do list so that I could follow that list and know exactly what needed to go in the diaper bag. And then I had a specific list of things that I would grab if we were leaving the house, any fresh items that you need to grab and have on hand. Lunch bags. These are cleaned out immediately when the boys come home because I like to see if they've eaten their lunch or what they haven't eaten so we can discuss that and make sure we're talking about that's a priority over talking or getting out to recess, which is not an issue right now because we're virtual learning, but eventually they will go back to full-time school and it will be a happy day. Clean these out. You can clean out their containers that they may have used. If you send those, you can put those ice packs back in the freezer for the next day. Clean out and refill the water bottle or whatever thermos type item that you may use. This is a great opportunity to be ready and ahead for the next morning. On the inside of my pantry door, each one of us has a hook, and that's where our lunch bags go. So when they're all cleaned out and ready for the next day, we hang them up. And what I like to do is just keep it slightly unzipped, so it's not flapped open and making a mess, but it's not completely closed off so it can air out and dry if it needs to dry. Shoes. We keep most of our shoes in the coat closet. There's shelving in there for those, the kids' shoes and our shoes. My husband and I do have some special occasion and my boots that I keep upstairs in our master closet. When we walk through the door, there is a separate rug that we leave our shoes because we live in a wet state, so when we come in, they're often wet. So we leave our shoes there and we make them look nice and we leave them there to dry. If you leave them in a heaping pile or they're in front of the door, it just makes it frustrating to step over and to look at. So I suggest making them nice. My boys will tell you, oftentimes I'm telling them, quickly take your shoes off, make them nice so that they're not an eyesore while they're there and having to dry, okay? Last on the list, we're going to talk about mail. I encourage you to create what I call my Dropbox, and you can refer to an earlier video I've done called Paper Trail, and this will tell you how to organize your paper as it comes through the door. But if you stick mail in your Dropbox, that is the place to be, and it does not have to be gone through every single day, every single time you pull a piece of paper into your home. I encourage you not to do that. The more you do, the more it gets your brain going of what has to be done with it and what the next steps are. If you put the paper in the Dropbox, it leaves it there until the next time that you go through it. I also encourage you to go through that at least once a week, if not twice a week, so that it doesn't pile up and you don't miss anything. School papers are different. And again, I talk about this in my paper trail video. School papers we do not want to put in the Dropbox because we want to see the timeline for them, what is expected, what needs to be done, whether it's a permission slip or a paper that needs to be filled out by you back to the teacher, it needs to be returned, or just a simple assignment or a flyer giving you information. I created a school filer for my boys' school information, and again, I talk about that in my paper trail video. Do your best to give this a try. Give everything a place and be committed to put those things away in those places the minute you come in the door. Take 2 minutes to get everything in its place, even less than that, to take care of these items so that you find it so much easier to leave your home the next time. And it is just more freeing to look around the house and not see that there's keys and purses and backpacks and lunch boxes and shoes in the places that they shouldn't be. This is just so much nicer to see that things are in their place, and it is a perfect starting point in every single home. I created a fun checklist for you to go through this video and to create these spots in your home. If you head to my website, www.purpleboxorganizer.com, under downloads, you can download Entering Your Home checklist, and that will help you go through it. Hey, if you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe below so that you don't miss out on any further videos. I can't wait to see you in the next one.